AmericanDraqon presents Chinese medicine in America. My name is Joel Penner. I'm a doctor of Oriental medicine, a California state-licensed acupuncturist and herbalist, and a professor of Oriental medicine. I'm also co-author of the textbook Zong-Fu Syndrome's Differential Diagnosis and Treatment. This is JJ. He may be coming and going throughout the episode. In this episode, we'll be discussing one of my favorite aspects of Chinese medicine, the five-element theory. The five-element theory, along with the theory of yin and yang, make up the core of Chinese thought. The theory of yin and yang describes the polar opposites that exist as the basis of all physical manifestation. For example, heat and cold, excess and deficiency, and internal and external are some of the most important polar opposites in making a diagnosis in Chinese medicine. For a more detailed description of yin and yang theory, please see our video, The Nature of Yin and Yang. While the theory of yin and yang describes the polar opposites, the five-element theory describes the interrelationships between all things. In Chinese medicine, we are primarily interested in the interrelationships between the organ systems. The five elements are also known as the five phases, which may be more accurate because it is a description of energetic systems, which are never static. All things are constantly in flux. I suppose it's similar to Einstein's famous mathematical formula, E equals mc squared, which, in a nutshell, explains that under certain specific conditions, energy and mass equal each other and can manifest as each other. The same is true for the five elements. At times, we may be referring to a thing such as the heart, and at other times, we may be talking about a phase such as summer, which is an energy that comes and goes. The Chinese discovered these relationships by observing nature. These are relationships that actually exist in the world and make Chinese medicine so accurate in describing and treating health problems. Before I continue, please let me explain that some people may find this confusing at first. Don't worry, this happens to everybody, including most students of Chinese medicine. The five-element theory is a description of a closed energetic system. In other words, everything in this system is dependent on and relates to everything else in the system, and it's impossible for us to understand the whole until we know what the parts do. We learn linearly, and each piece has to be taught one after the other. The whole system cannot be completely understood until we have learned every piece, and there are aspects of each piece that can't be totally understood until we've learned the whole system. So don't worry. I will do my best to describe the essentials so that you can begin to grasp the whole and as quickly as possible. Five-element theory is generally depicted by a five-pointed star inside a circle, and each point is the symbol for an element. Please take a look at this chart. At the top is a red symbol representing the element fire. Now each element has a whole list of aspects that are associated with it. I'm going to go over a few of the most important just to give you an idea. Red is the color associated with fire. Summer is its season, the heart is its yin organ, and the small intestine is its yang organ. Some of these pairings are obvious, while others like this one need a little more explanation. You'll understand these pairings better when we discuss the organ systems themselves. I will go into a great many more of these associated aspects in more detail in future episodes when I describe each element separately. Moving clockwise to the next point, we come to a yellow symbol representing the element earth. Late summer is its season, the spleen pancreas is the yin organ associated with it, and the stomach is the yang organ. Moving to the third point, we find the element metal. White is its color, and autumn is its season. Its yin organ is the lung, and its yang organ is the large intestine. At the fourth point, we find the element water. The color of water is dark blue or blue-black or indigo. Winter is its season, the kidney is its yin organ, and the bladder is its yang organ. The fifth point is wood, which is green. Spring is its season, the liver is its yin organ, and the gallbladder is its yang organ. Now that we know a little bit about each element, we can discuss the energetic relationships that exist between them. This, for me, is the most fun part of learning and contemplating the five-element theory. It's about the interrelationships between the organs, the interrelationships between the emotions, the interrelationships between the organs and the emotions, or between the organs and the seasons, or between the seasons and the emotions. The list of possible interrelationships is vast. Even to this day, after more than 30 years of studying this material, I continue to discover new relationships that aid me in doing a diagnosis. The first of these relationships is represented by the circle. The circle, moving clockwise, describes the path of promotion or generation. It is called the promotion cycle and represents the fact that each element promotes or strengthens the next one on the cycle. Therefore, fire promotes or generates earth. An image for this could be a forest fire creating ash, which becomes new earth, or a volcano spewing out lava, which becomes new land. Earth then generates metal. And of course, we can all visualize the vast supplies of metals which lie within the earth. Metal generates water. Now this may be a little harder to understand. The image that we learned in school is that of a metal container. If left outside overnight, in the morning it contains water. Water generating wood is really a no-brainer, and wood generating fire is also easy to understand. The five-pointed star on the inside describes the control cycle. Not only does each element generate the next one, but it prevents another element via the connection described by the star from getting out of control. So we see that the fire controls metal. Our image for that is metal being smelted by fire and reshaped. Metal controls wood. When wood gets out of control, it's cut back by metal axes and saws. Wood controls earth. If there's too much earth, we can plant trees and shrubs and grasses to control the earth. Our image for this could be a landslide. A landslide is obviously earth running out of control. To prevent the landslide from happening, we can plant lots of trees and bushes to keep the earth under control and prevent it from sliding. Earth controls water. It's easy to visualize a puddle being filled up with earth and disappearing. Water controls fire. Now this again is a no-brainer. We're going to finish by having a short discussion about what happens when the energy goes opposite its intended direction. Energy moving opposite is always a symptom of imbalance. In five-element theory, there are two main situations that can occur. First, energy can flow backwards or counterclockwise against the promotion cycle. This is called one element overacting on another. As an example, water generates wood. But if the tree's roots clog up the water main, this is too much wood clogging up the path of water circulation, and it cuts off the supply of water. The wood then withers and dies. An organ that overacts on its own promoting element is causing its own destruction. Now this can occur if the overacting element is in excess or if the promoting element is in deficiency. Second, energy can flow backwards against the control cycle. This is called one element insulting another. For example, earth controls water, but what happens when a big storm hits? The water insults the earth by turning it into mud or making it into a pool. These pathological situations are much more obvious when we talk about the medicine. However, you need to know more about the organ systems and how they work before you can understand how the five-element theory works to help guiding diagnosis. It's truly an amazing thing to see how these five-element interrelationships can bring to light the underlying causes of disease. Okay, so that's going to do it for this episode. Please remember, if you have questions, please contact me at joel@AmericanDraqon.com. In the next episode, we'll be discussing in more detail the element fire. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you then.